Hello and welcome to another week here on my Crafty Paces YouTube channel. Today we are going to work on a Crafting When We Can midweek challenge reminder card, which you've already seen on the blog. It went up Sunday, but I thought I'd show it off here. So let's get started. I'm going to take a little time here to get myself together. You can see down in the corner there, this actually features a Digi Stamps for Joy image. This little Annabelle Quinn. She's super cute, one of my favorites, and I've colored her with Copics. I don't have the Copic coloring in the video because I ended up doing that before I got the video started and before I decided to make this video. So she's already colored for us. You can find a list of colors below and on my blog as well. And then these are the papers. So there's that brown paper, that purple paper, and then here is one of the sets I got from Scrapbook Expo. If you watched my haul video on Tuesday, you've seen it closed, and this is just me flipping through it for you guys. So you can see kind of what I've got here. And then there's a blue piece of paper, and that's from Hobby Lobby, and then a pink piece of coordinations paper that I am using on this card here, and I think I do use all of them. And there's a better picture of the Annabelle Quinn Digi. She looks really brown in the camera, but it's actually a really dark red that the shirt and things are colored, and then some purple and some blue and some yellow. I actually went and found a color combination off of Pinterest that I used to come up with the colors for this card. I've been doing that a lot lately, where and it's actually a Pinterest sketch too. You can see my iPad down in the corner with this sketch on it. I should have showed it in the camera, but I didn't at the time. So you'll see me do that a lot. I do that a lot where I go on Pinterest and I'll find a sketch and a color combination, and then that's how I make my cards. And then I look for maybe a theme in a challenge or something like that. But because I make my cards so far ahead, a lot of times I don't look at challenges ahead of time and just kind of end up making the cards, and then when I blog them, finding ones that match. But I also tend to write my blog post really far ahead, so that can get kind of tricky at times. But I'm making it work. I've started some new strategies for making that go a little bit smoother. This is just me. I'm just cutting up some of the different papers so you'll get another chance to see all the different paper I'm going to use. That brown paper is, I believe, like a CCWC textured cardstock stack. I don't think I said that before when I went through them all because the video was a little fast there. Slightly better camera angle this week though, guys. So one more way to try it, and then we will, hopefully that one will work. I think that one will be the one that comes out the best. I just have to reorganize and move some stuff around to make that one come out really nice. Yeah, so I'm just cutting up some paper. In a little bit, you'll see me start to lay out the card, which I'm actually already doing in my hands there, but you'll see me put it down. So I've just figured out that I did not cut that to the right size because I didn't actually measure before I cut. So I'm just trimming that back up again so that it actually fits where it should onto the brown paper. And then you'll see me lay it down in just a second, and you'll see me start to build the card over in the corner. Come on, there we go. I'll move it better in frame in just a little bit. I just need to get this blue paper out of the way in my head before I realize I need to scoop that over. Yeah, so that's the paper out of the little polka dot stack I got at Scrapbook Expo. So actually now I'm cutting another brown piece. There's going to be a small layer in there, but instead of cutting like a full layer that's going to go right directly underneath the other one, I just cut off like a strip of the brown, and I'm going to put it on top of the purple here, so you can see like that, kind of, once I get it lined up where I want it to go. And then I'm going to cut that blue paper, the blue polka dots, to go over it, except I'm going to cut it wrong. And I'm going to end up going with the solid blue in a second. You'll see me mess it up. So I'm going in to cut the paper. I think I know what size I need it, so I'm trying to line it up and get it to cut. And I cut it, where I think I need to, and then I cut it again, and it's going to end up being that I cut it too small. Because I was trying to make a little bit of a border, but I lined it up wrong, and I cut it too small. So then I'm going to put it down and realize, oh wait, no, that was too small. I needed a little bit more than that. I cut it to the bottom of the brown paper instead of the top to overlap it. And then I tried again, and I realized, nope, that wasn't going to work either. So I'm going to go in with the solid blue paper, and I'm going to come back with the polka dots later to add another little element to it. Yes, so I'm actually recording this today after I recorded the Scrapbook Expo videos. So no, I still have not played with much of anything yet. But I will talk about that tape runner when I get to it in this video. I hope everyone is doing super, super well. There, look, I fixed it. Now the blue one's going to go perfect. Ta-da! So you can see how I layered that. So it's not a full layer, but I still get that little sort of tiny brown border there. Something I kind of picked up from Jennifer McGuire. She usually actually can do it with just a tiny black strip. I'm not that good. I need a little wiggle room. So you'll see me do it a lot with some thicker things. So some parts of my card end up really thick and other parts of it are just really thin. Or thinner, I should say. So then I just trim that down to make it go more there where I still can use the paper and it still looks okay. And then just to make sure, I'm going to throw Annabelle there on top. There she is. And here's where I decided that I did this sketch in the opposite position. So it's laid out landscape and I did it portrait. So there's another little element to the sketch that I'm going to say, okay, wait, nope, that's not going to work because I just don't have the space. Annabelle's really big and I just don't have the space for it because it's not laid out the right way. But doing a landscape card with a portrait Annabelle didn't make much sense. So all I'm going to do is add sort of a different little element to the side here. So I'm just going to cut off a strip of this pink coordinations paper here. There we go. While I decide which direction I want to cut it. Because I'm cutting it on the long direction first. I'm cutting it the 4 1/4 direction first. Or the 5 1/2 direction first. And then I'm going to cut it down. Because I'm also going to realize I should have cut it at the 4 1/4 direction. But I cut it at 5 1/2. So, and then I have to slip off the little bottom part with the words on it too. So yes, this is this week's Friday video. I don't know what next week's Friday's video is going to be yet. On Tuesday, you will see the rest of the Scrapbook Expo haul, though. That'll be coming up on Tuesday. Next week, Friday, at this moment, I don't know what the video is going to be. I need to work on a list of videos that I want to make for Fridays. And I just haven't done that yet. I may do that later today. We'll see. So, I'm definitely still open to any suggestions, any kind of crafty questions you might have. Feel free to leave down in the comments down below. Or pop over to my blog and let me know. And I will gladly try to work at making a video for you. So yeah, I don't know what I shouldn't say that. I have an idea of what next week's video might be, but I'm not totally sure yet. Okay. So now I'm just going to start putting everything together, and I can talk about this tape now. So I received this little tape runner gun thing from the Be Creative class that I took at Scrapbook Expo. It was the one that was featured kind of at the beginning of the haul video, and I'll throw a little link up in the corner and down in the description. It is really towards the beginning, so you don't have to watch the whole thing if you want to see it. It's this, she told us it was this paper tape stuff. It's by Scrapbook Adhesives. I didn't do a very good job of actually showing off the tape runner in the video, but you saw me use it last week too. I really don't like this tape. It does not stick well. When we took the class, the lady told us, she's like, oh, we're just making cards, don't use a ton of adhesive, they don't need to stick down, they don't need to stick together, and I was like, okay, that's weird, because they need to mail. But things just, they didn't stick, nothing stuck down, and I'm like, you have to mail your cards. Everything has to stick down really well, I think. And even now, one of the ones that I made at the class, the one end of it keeps popping up, and it's driving me insane. I ended up going back in later on and gluing it back down because it was super annoying. So I'm not a really big fan of this tape, but at the same time, it's free adhesive, and I'm not going to complain about it. And we're just putting things back together in the way I had them laid out. But now there is one thing I like about this tape, and you're about to see it happen. I'm going to glue this next little brown piece down in a spot that I don't like, and I've actually glued on the purple piece crooked as well. But I'm going to put down this brown piece in a area where down too low. Or do I put it up too high? I don't know. I don't put it in the right place either way, and I'm going to pull the blue sheet out and realize that I've done it wrong. So what I'm going to be able to do is actually pull it all apart, which I do like about this tape. It does give me some flexibility when I make mistakes like that, but I also really need it to stick, and it doesn't stick in the end. And I also think the holder thing is really hard to use too, so I don't really like it. Or the dispenser is really hard to use, so I'm not a fan of it. I'll definitely use it because it was free adhesive, and I'm not about to pass that up and not use it. But I probably won't be buying any more of it. She said it was some kind of paper tape. You can kind of see the little, the sort of dispenser thing in the actual tape there a little bit better in this shot here. But yes, you know, that's a little bit better. Everything's still a little bit crooked, but it's a lot better than it was. So then I just have the blue polka dot piece to glue on, and we're almost done with this video here today. So glue on the blue polka dot piece, which I think I also actually glue on crooked, and I may pull it up, but I don't think I do. I think I just leave it. And then time to put on Annabelle Quinn. So like I said, I actually have a really small stamping space, so my stamping stuff is actually spread out between 3 rooms. So I have to be super prepared for these videos, and that's why I kind of didn't do the coloring here, because I just didn't. This time I did it in one of the other spaces that I use. This is actually my desk in my bedroom, and then I used the kitchen table as the other space that I used. I actually did the coloring on the kitchen table, and then came in my room to film the video. So that's why that's a little bit weird, or why I didn't do the coloring, but I will do some coloring stuff eventually, because it's one of my favorite things to do with the card making, so you will see some of that eventually. Now I'm just going to glue on the little pink stripe thing, and so then this is the finished card, or well, the almost finished card. It's not quite done yet. You'll see in a second here. I'm going to stamp on a little happy birthday sentiment, because that is this week's theme, or the last 2 weeks' theme, I should say, at Crafting When We Can, was birthday stamps. So here goes the little birthday stamp. I stamped it in some Versa Magic Spring Pansy, something like that. I forget. It's whatever the really light purple Versa Magic color is. Versa Magic is chalk ink, if you don't know. I'm not sure where this little happy birthday stamp, but it actually doesn't even say happy birthday. It says it's your birthday. And I don't know where that stamp is from. I don't have it listed anymore. And you can see it doesn't show up super well, but it's good enough. So there's the finished card. And that's all I have for you today, and I hope you enjoyed. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you with a video. Actually, I'll see you Tuesday with the other Scrapbook Expo video.